Okay, and on to part two. So now we've learned about what human rights are, and we've looked a little bit at how they're defined. Now we're going to look at what happens when they are violated, when they're taken away or broken. So, what you're going to be doing in this part is you're basically going to be looking at a couple different examples from history and today, and by the end of it, you're going to explain how human rights were violated and then evaluate the impact of these violations, meaning saying how did this negatively impact people? So the first thing you're going to do for this is there's this chart here. And in the chart, there are 5 examples listed, and then there's video links. You need to watch the videos. I know this might seem like a lot, but each video is around 5 minutes or less. I made sure I didn't give you any like 20-minute videos because I know you're not going to watch them. But I tried to find interesting ones too. But they're all going to be a little difficult to watch too at points because they're all talking about really awful things that have happened in history. So you're first going to start with the Cambodian genocide, and I'll take you to a video that is a survivor talking about his experience during this. And just a reminder, I know it was in the reading above, but a genocide is a mass killing of a particular group of people. And it's usually based on like ideas or beliefs or things like that. So a great example of a genocide, well, not a great example, but an example of a genocide would be the Holocaust, right? Because people were targeted for being Jewish and millions were killed. Other examples could be like the Great Leap Forward under Mao Zedong or anything Stalin did. So a genocide is a really bad thing. So when you see that word, you already know it's going to be pretty awful. So this first video is going to be a survivor story about what happened in Cambodia. And spoiler alert, almost 2 million people were killed by the people who were in charge of the government at that time. So it was an extremely gruesome and horrible event. So you're going to watch a video about that, and then you'll just answer this as what did you find most shocking or interesting about the video? The Rwandan genocide is the next one. Again, I do believe the video, yes, it was another survivor video, him talking about his experience. So the Cambodian one was during the 70s, but the Rwandan genocide actually happened in the 90s. So when your teachers were actually alive, young but alive. And this is one that has actually been more discussed because there was a very famous movie called Hotel Rwanda. If you've ever seen it, that was made and is about this genocide. But it was one of the most shocking events that happened in our recent past because almost 1 million people died, but it was within a month. It was just so rapid, the amount of killing that happened. So you'll watch that one. Then you'll watch a video about the Uyghurs in China. A lot of you already know about this because I know you did some research in humanities or you've heard about it in the news. This is pretty current. So you're going to watch a video from the New York Times about like what's going on in the places where the Uyghurs are being forced to live. The next one is about the ICE detention camps. ICE is the group that arrests and detains illegal immigrants in the United States. So a lot of you maybe heard about the separation of families at the border. This is going to be similar to that, and it's going to be a video of a teenager talking about his experience living in one of these detention camps. Finally, and this one you may not know as much about, but it is still current, is about LGBTQ+, meaning lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, questioning, and more. It's about basically discrimination against them, and Russia has basically like an anti-gay law is what it's called a lot of the times. And you're going to watch a video basically talking about what it's like to be gay in Russia and how horrible it really is. So they're all a little bit different examples. So you're going to watch those videos, answer the questions. After you watch the videos, you're going to pick 3 that you're most interested in. So I know for me personally, I'm really interested in LGBTQ plus rights. So I would probably say that's one of mine that I'm really interested in. I am also fascinated by communism and the impact it's had. So I would probably do the Cambodian genocide. And then I know a lot about the Rwandan genocide and about the detention centers. So I might do the Uyghurs in China just because I think that's also really interesting to look at China because, again, it's a very different kind of place. So I would write those 3 examples down here. And then what you're going to do is instead of reading about all of these events, you're only going to read about the 3 that you chose. So we're giving you some choice here. And then you're going to highlight that. So if I did Cambodian, I would highlight, I'm just going to bold it right now because I'm lazy. So I did that one. You can bold it as well if you want. And this one. So I've already said documents 1, 3, and 5 are the ones I'm going to read. And then those documents are also going to be the ones that you are going to write about for your enduring issue essay that you're going to be outlining at the end of this lesson and then writing next week. So you've already done the selection of your documents. Super easy. And you're writing about documents that hopefully you care about or that you're at least a little interested in. So you pick your 3 documents and then you're going to find the documents. You're going to scroll down. So the first one is the Cambodian genocide. It's the first one I chose. You'll read the document, answer the questions here. Be sure to answer the questions. There were 6 summative assessment points, meaning that's like 6 test points. So when you're reading, highlight, underline, bold things that stand out to you. Do some annotation. You can write notes to yourself too. So if you highlight something and do that, you can write a note to yourself. If you're like, ooh, I might want to use this in my essay. Okay. So you'll do the first document. That was the first one I chose. Then I would scroll to document 3. This one's a little bit different. If you choose document 3, there's a link actually. It's going to take you to a website and it's kind of interactive. It tells you about it. I liked it because it wasn't super, there's not a ton of reading. So it'll take you through it. You can click on certain links. There's like videos and stuff. Yeah, it's cool. So I'd do that, answer the questions. And then my last one was document 5. This one's a little bit longer, but again, super interesting in my opinion. And then you're done with part 2.